Hello, welcome back. Now we're going to be working on the mouth. And since I'm assuming that if you're looking for how to do the mouth, we're going to be doing something very basic, and that is doing basically 9 points of mouth shapes, because it'll be the bare minimum of what you will need to make your model look a little more lively. But if you want to do more points, there are a few more charts out there. Right now I'm going to be working on this 9-point chart. I'm going to be putting it up here as reference so you could see what we're trying to do. And so here we go. We're going to grab the mouth form and the mouth open. I made a folder over here, and what we'll be doing is we are going to be clicking these little chains to lock them, right? And we're gonna go to the top lip. Oh, I mislabeled these. Give me a moment. Bottom lip and top lip. There we go. So we have bottom lip and top lip, and we're gonna grab just both of these and we're gonna be combining them. So as you can see from the bottom of the chart, we're just gonna have this little basic like frown, neutral face, and smile. So let's go to the very left and give our little alien dog thing a frown. Now for a point, I kind of did mess up these little points for these path deformer points. So if you want to add more, you absolutely can. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to try doing it a little quickly so you understand how the basics work. But also, here's another thing I forgot to do. So let's click on this eyeball, get rid of the bottom lip, and as you can see, I have these bottom teeth, and they're kind of sticking out pretty hard. So I want the bottom teeth to match the shape of, or be contained in the shape of the mouth base. So I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to copy this ID. We're going to copy, and then we're going to the bottom teeth, and then we're going to be doing clipping ID. And basically what clipping is, if you also are familiar with digital art at all, clipping can help you draw within a limited space. So it doesn't mess with anything else. So we're going to be pasting that, and there you go. So it'll be able to move. And let me preemptively put points on here as well, because we'll be needing to move that for some parts of the mouth if possible. And all right, so here we go. We got our little frown here. Let's move that. Kind of perfect it a little bit. And since this is gonna be the smile, this is its default, we're gonna leave that alone. So that's kind of one step gone. Now you just need to work on 7 more points. So for this one, this little point here, you can add a neutral one. So we're just gonna try making it a little bit of a straight line over here. Let me adjust this because it looks a little messed up. Adjust that corner. You may have to do, if you want to be a perfectionist, is maybe go over the meshes again so things don't look very wonky. So there we go. We got the frown. So we're gonna have this top row, this complete row on the left. And what we'll be doing is just focus on the frown. So this stuff does kind of revert back to its original state. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but what can you do? So we're gonna just do a partial frown. It'll still be the frown, and also we'll have to be mindful of the limits of this mouth. So we're going to Also, if you have like a point in the center that you want to move, but you accidentally keep moving this thing, what you can do to get rid of this little pesky dot is to press the X button, and then you can move things around freely, because that happens to me a lot. And I can imagine it may happen to you as well. Alright, so we have a very rough little midpoint frown, so we're just gonna do that again. I think I probably made the mouth a little too wide compared to the mouth. I mean, compared to the open mouth, so I'm gonna shrink that a little bit. Let me try hiding this little bit of the teeth. There we go, that looks a little more natural now. And now we just do the neutral stuff. So we have that little bit open. So we can honestly just do is grab this. I guess the lesson that I'm learning right now is I made the mouth too small, so I gotta change the lips to adjust to that. So I would say this is the neutral mid-point open mouth. So now we can work on the top bit where it's also neutral looking. And let's do that, and let's move this thing a little down. I'm gonna cheat and move the lip, move the mouth, make the mouth a little bit bigger. Alright, so just to recap, we have the mouth form, little mouth midway point, and the mouth open. And then we have the neutral mouth open just a little bit, and now the neutral mouth a little bit bigger. Let me kind of adjust that a little bit. Yeah, I would say that's good enough for now. And the last one is the smile. And because this mouth is already in a bit of a smiling form, we might actually have an easier time. So let's get to the midway point again. And what we'll do is we will move this up a little bit. And then we're gonna just try matching it for the neutral part of the mouth. And for this point, actually, wait till I kind of move things a little more. Let me add a second point in between here, in between these two, to make the things a little more even. So we can kind of have a smooth transition. And yeah, so we will move these things up a little more. And now let's grab the bottom teeth and move it here. So it's got this little midway smile. And of course we need the biggest smile we got. So let's just adjust this and put it a little higher this time. And make this a little lower. And try to make things move. Also, as you can see, there's like this big circle that happens with these points. What we can do is we can shrink that so that when things move, not everything else will be as affected, because that happens a lot, and I think that's kind of the default size. So I say be mindful of these circle things, because I think with the bigger radius you are less precise. Alright, so, and let's give the bottom teeth a little bit of a showcase. Have this little crooked little monster alien thing. Let's give this one a little bit of a movement. All right, so you know, this is once again pretty rough, but I hope that you understand the basic idea here. So I'm going to export this real quick and show it off in VTube Studios to see how it turned out, and also we'll be messing with the settings because it will absolutely be necessary. So I'll see you in a second. Hi there! So right now we are in VTube Studio, and this is what the mouth looks like so far. And what we can do is, if you want to make any adjustments for the mouth, we can go to this little settings, this little pink settings bar, and then we go up to, I mean, we're already up here, but we go up to the little person with the cogwheel next to it, and we can go over to, I'm already here, to the mouth smile and the mouth open thing. So this stuff is basically your settings in terms of how everything is gonna look, if that makes sense. So we have for what you're gonna be seeing for all this is the in and the out. So to my understanding, what the in is basically the input that you create for VTube Studio. So this will be all your kind of the sensitivity on what your camera is going to be reading, and they'll be applying that. So say I want to have my smile not be as prevalent all the time, and let's pause for a second, and I'm gonna smile, and we're gonna be paying attention to the in number for the mouth smile right here. So that was basically like 1.32, and now whenever I smile, if I have to kind of work a little harder to get the smile in, and when I so it's more like a neutral expression. I don't know how different the settings will be depending upon your webcam. Or a webcam or iPhone or whatever. I just kind of have a cheap webcam on me. So let's make the smile a little more sensitive. So this thing is kind of bouncing between like 0.4, 0.6. So let's do 0.5. And now it's really registering the smiles that I'm making. And you can do this if you want. I'm gonna go back to 1, I think, just to make it a little more easier, of course. And also this applies to the frown as well. So let's say I do like what, 1.2, and then I just do 1. Now the frown is much more frowny, of course. I'm moving my mouth as much as possible, but you know, the frown's gonna still stay there. So let's just keep going to 0. And you know, whenever I'm frowning, it'll show up. And of course with the out, now the output is more of the limitations of what parameters you set up in Live2D. So so let's say that I want the output to be 0.5. What's that gonna look like for the smile? It's not gonna show up very much at all. But maybe if we put it to 3, it's like constantly smiling. All the time. Constant smile. So let's just go back to 1, and we'll kind of have a more of a little natural bit. And what we can also do is that we can change the smoothing. Just if you feel like everything looks a little too rough. Though when it comes to extra smoothing, the reactions are going to be like a little bit slower. So I'm just gonna stick it to this one. And the same goes for the mouth open as well. So let's say right now when my mouth opens, it's like what? The most sensitive bit is, I say like what? 0.2? 0.2. So we can just add that, and now my mouth is like opening like it's no one's business all the time. Like I open my mouth a little slightly, and it's registering it. It's registering all of it, and it looks a little funky. And now if you want to keep it like that, you can just always go to the smoothing, and this is kind of what it looks like when it's all smoothed out, because this is when it's all a little more gradual. So let's try making it 1.5 and adjust the smoothing, blah 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 blah. Still pretty, it makes it more sensitive. So let's just stick back to 1, and also these numbers on the right for the output will kind of determine how open the mouth is going to be. So let's see what happens if we just do the output at the bottom as 2. The mouth is basically never gonna close. So this is to showcase what you can do to mess with the numbers to make the model kind of move according to your taste. And of course, limitations of your webcam, whether you got like really bad lighting or something like that. And yeah, all right. So we kind of have things about the mouth taken care of. And the next thing we're going to be working on, and the last thing that we're going to be working on, will be the physics. And I'm gonna have 2 sets of physics, one for this little antenna up above me, and of course these little floppy ears that this little alien has. And I'm really hoping that you find all this useful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help, because I think Live2D is a fantastic program that has all kinds of possibilities, and I feel like everyone should have a chance at knowing how this stuff works. All right, so I will see you in the next one.